just as they were standing. All the lads and lasses there, all with smiling faces, gathering along the Scotswood Road to see the bleeding races. We went to bleeding races.
Oh, it's back through Conte!
1962 on a summer's afternoon, we took the bus from Bambras and she was heavy laden. Where we went along Collinwood Street, that was on the road to Bladen. Oh, me lads, you should have seen us gunning, passing the folks along the road just as they were standing. All the lads and lasses there, all with smiling faces, gunning along the Scotswood Road to see the bleeding races.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another live video on John Sinclair TV. And tonight we are talking about the Tottenham game match preview on Sunday. I've got Pete alongside me. How are you, Pete?
Not too bad. Yourself?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Not too bad. Been a work day now. It's the weekend off, and it's
yes.
absolutely bliss now to have the weekend off. And so, guys, if you like what you see, then please hit those like buttons. It helps us up the search settings. Also, if you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button. It's all free to do so. If you want to join as a member, it's 99p. Click on the join button and become a member. You'll be entered into monthly draws. There'll be one when John's back from holiday, which I believe he's flying back tomorrow. Also, there's a bell notification sign. If you click on that, that'll notify you every time there's a live show. And if also you want to super chat or give a donation to the channel, then click on the dollar sign and give what you think the channel's worth. Before we get into the show tonight, towards the end of the show, I will be making a bit of announcement towards the end of the show, so keep tuned for that announcement coming up. So for now, sit back, enjoy, and let's see your comments coming through, and we'll go to a few comments straight away. And Cesare is first one in the house, one of the mods. Hi all, remember to keep your comments respectful, no caps or duplicate comments. Enjoy the show. Thank you very much, Cesare. Thank you. You do a great job as a mod. And Gary says, good evening all. Good evening, Gary. I hope you're well. Mason's and he says, evening, Tony and Pete. Hi, Mason. Hope you're well, mate. Good show last night. Night of knee gaming. Evening all. Evening all, mate. You all right? Hope you're doing well. Tiger Studios. We are going to beat Spurs. Them SHIT chickens. Yeah, exactly. Well, you want to hope we can beat them anyway. Mason, just a heads up, the price is a Man U top. I think what he's going to do, John, is for the prize. I think it's like, obviously, if you're either a Man United supporter or, you know, a supporter of even, say, Stockport County, you'll buy your shirt, your choice for that team. So, you know, no hard feelings on anybody for a shirt there. If they don't want a Newcastle shirt, they can have a shirt, their choice for that club if they support that club. 98 game. Anyone else feel like we don't have fear playing anyone for the first time in forever? I believe we can get points at every game. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's just, you know, I don't go into any game and think this team's frightening, because if I was going to say we played the best team, well, we haven't played the best. Well, we have. We played one of the best teams already, and I think Man City was proving that. You know, I mean, we went 1-0 down early, and, you know, we were 3-1 up at one point, and we ended up with a 3-3 draw. So, you know, and to go toe-to-toe with City, we've got nothing to fear at Spurs, you know. Are you in the same mindset as myself and probably 50,000 other fans that we go into every game, we don't actually fear anyone now, Pete?
Exactly. No, we don't fear anyone at all. You see it against Manchester City, don't we? Took the game out to them, even though it was a 3-3 draw. They came back with 2 goals. But we've only lost one game this season because of being robbed by VAR. We've performed really well. We've had maybe a game or two where we've not been so good, i.e. I would say Bournemouth at home. But other than that, look at where we are this season. We're sitting in a Europa League position at the moment of time. When have we managed to be in that position before? Not for a very long time. We don't fear anyone at all. We really, really don't. If we could take the game to Man United, we could take it to Spurs on Sunday.
Yeah, absolutely, Pete. I got to agree. I mean, the last time we finished in European place was 10 years ago when we finished 5th, and that was under Pardew, under the ownership of Mike Ashley, unfortunately. But there's no reason why we can't finish in the top 7 this season. And if come April we're only 2 or 3 points off the Champions League place, why not make a push and try and get it? There's nothing wrong with having a go, And if we don't get there and we miss out, but we finish in the top 7, then so be it. At least we've got European football coming next season. So there's lots to look forward to in this season. Tiger Studio says, guys, do you think we should sell Longstaff and Murphy next season? They're simply not good enough. I think J7 needs to work on his touches and finishing because he's on think on ice as well. To be honest, Tiger, I would definitely probably look to sell Murphy because I know he had a couple of good, I'm not going to say great games, but he had a couple of good games and he got a goal. But against Man United, he didn't look his greatest. He didn't look too great the other night either against Everton. If we want to go to that next level, Murphy's not the player to take us to that next level. J7, he was unlucky. He hit the crossbar, then hit the post. I mean, how unlucky could you be? I mean, it's just one of those things. But then, it's one of them. He could have, if he was playing the week before, he could have had 2 goals if he was playing. So, it's just how it goes. Sometimes it happens. You hit the woodwork, but then another game and you hit them. I go back to Brentford last year when he scored. It's just just unlucky. That's all it is. Sometimes just the width of a post that stops you from scoring.
And plus, he's now a midfield player, so he's not expected to probably get loads of goals now. His job is to work in the midfield, win the ball back, look to find other people in play. That's what he is about now, Joe Linton, as a midfielder, in a way.
Yeah, absolutely. And Mason says, I'm doing well, thanks. I really enjoyed last night. Oh, that's great to see. Mason and Gary says, looking forward to the days with all the other clubs and not looking forward in playing Newcastle United, Tony and Peter. Yeah, absolutely, Gary. I mean, teams must be fearing playing us because, the Premier League have said it. They've put it on their Twitter page, that we've kept 5 clean sheets this season. We've only conceded 9 goals. We've got the best defence in the Premier League. When was the last time? I mean, I can't even remember the last time we had the best defence in the Premier League, and it's just really good to see and refreshing. And I know Everton had 50% possession with us, but that was because the way they were just passing the ball in midfield, but they weren't going anywhere with it, were they, Pete?
I mean, that one shot all game and none on target, that just shows how woeful they were pretty much. I mean, possession-wise, yes, if people say, but they had loads of possession, that's irrelevant now because if you're not doing anything with the ball, it's pointless saying, but we had the more possession. Well, you can't say that if you're not creating anything. And Everton didn't do that.
Yeah, absolutely. And then for Lampard after the game to say, it was an evenly matched game between 2 closely matched teams. Now I saw it looked and thought,
but not attacking wise. No, I wouldn't have said it chances wise. No chance.
I thought closely matched teams. I thought I don't know who he's watching, but we're a million miles away from Everton. I'm sorry,
The only thing Everton was good at was defending at times. The rest of the team was absolutely toothless.
Yeah, Claire Bolden should have been sent off, shouldn't she? Anthony Gordon.
They should have been. I mean, that dive was just embarrassing.
Yeah, absolutely embarrassing the way he went down. I mean, and when he done that tackle on, Anderson, I would have thought that would have been a yellow card. The referee bottled that.
He was running the risk of doing it. I agree. Should have been second yellow.
Yeah. And Tiger says, can't wait for Isak to come back. Yeah, well, that's going to be after the World Cup now, unfortunately. Wagner Bello, good evening to you. As much as I like him, I don't think J7's season has been quite a bit worse than the end of last season. As much as he likes him. I do. I mean, you've just got the guy's done well since he's been moved from being a striker, which he wasn't a striker.
He wasn't.
The reason he was brought in like that was, I think, what it was. I think we're all honest here, and I think we all know ourselves. If we look at it, when he came in as a support striker, what our former owner Mike Ashley was thinking was, right, tell you what, he comes in £40 million. If he goes out and banks 26 goals, and Man City might come and say, oh, we'll give you 80 million for him and double his money and sell him. And that didn't happen, so that's what it's down to. It was down to more Ashley saying, oh, well, if I could bring him in and he looks good and he scores a goals, and I can make a quick buck on this guy. Do you agree with that, Pete?
Yeah, I really, really do agree with that, definitely. I think he's personally carried a bit of an injury as well. I know he was taken off with an injury. I wonder if he's carrying a one that's probably happened for past some games, which may not have been as effective in the previous games. I wonder if he's carrying an injury himself. That's really making him having issues.
Yeah, I just wonder if he is as well, because I mean, it just seems a bit strange that, but then I think I also look at the fact probably why he was taken off half time was because he was probably going to be a red card waiting to happen as well.
Could have been because he did put a silly tackle in after he was yellow carded.
Yeah, so it was probably Eddie thought, do you know what, I'm going to pull him out the firing line and make sure he doesn't get sent off, because that's the last thing you want is a player off and to be missing for a game or two. But no, I thought Joe Willock came on and played well as his replacement. Tiger says Pope is the joint best keeper in the league with Edison. Needs to be England's number one, and pundits need to respect on him name now and criticise Pickford. Well, yeah, I mean, he had a lot of criticism after the England games, and all these England fans were like, oh, he's crap, he's no good, he's useless, this is why he can't be a number one. But then you look at it, and as I said from that gate, when that happened, people were criticising. What I said was, look who's playing in front of him. If your defence, like our defence at Newcastle, is strong, watertight, then Pope is going to have the confidence behind that back four. But if he's playing behind that back five of England with likes of Maguire and Kyle Walker, then he is going to be nervous as hell, because he's not going to know are they going to actually defend, or are the attackers going to get in? So it happens that way. You get that bit of nervousness when you're not playing with the defence that you used to. Where at Newcastle, he knows the back four inside out, so he knows how they play, and that's why his game is so good at the moment. But for England, the only reason it looked shaky was because, would you want to play behind Maguire? Because I'm bloody well sure I wouldn't.
Absolutely not. He's just been so error prone. That has been the downfall with Maguire. Just so error prone.
Mason asks, do you think Tottenham's investment for them this summer will be an impact for us on Sunday? I don't see why it should be. I mean, I know they bought Richarlison and that, and they've got Perisic on a free, which I thought was a good steal. But other than that, I just think, well, not really. I'm not really worried about Tottenham, to be fair.
Neither am I. I'm not worried. Absolutely not. I know we got walloped 5-1 last season, but I can't definitely not see that happening, considering we've got Botman in now, who's really upped our defence now. We'll have Trippier playing on there on Sunday as well, who missed out last season because of injury. And so Spurs are going to fight it hard to break us down.
Yeah, they are. I mean, they're coming off the back of a 2-0 defeat to Man United. And, by the looks of things, I didn't see the whole game or anything like that because I was watching the Newcastle game. But from what I've read between the lines, they weren't that great, Tottenham. And,
I was a bit surprised.
I was surprised that Tottenham,
because I thought they
got beat 2-0.
I thought they would have took that at Man United, but no.
They didn't do us a favour. We were all hoping for a draw, but, and that would have put us fifth. But, let's see what they've got to offer on Sunday. We'll find out on Sunday. But the thing is, though, we're now not that team that anybody looks at and thinks, oh, that's Newcastle coming. Oh, that's a nice, easy 3 or 4-0 win. them days are gone. And these clubs need to hurry up and realise that them days are finally gone.
Yep.
We are not an easy team to beat now. We are very hard. And these pundits who said Eddie Howe is no good at coaching defenders. Well, I'm sorry, if he's no good at defensive coaching, then how the hell have we got the best defence in the league and kept 5 clean sheets? The answers are there for that, but they don't come out and say anything. And then you get people like Martin Samuel who said last year that, Newcastle have missed out here on Gerrard. Well,
and
no, we didn't. We got the better manager out of them.
We did because Gerrard was booted out the door at Villa straight after the Fulham game.
I'm really upset with Villa doing that last night because I thought, I was hoping they would just keep them till next Saturday and let us play them, and then after that, get rid of them then. But apparently Pochettino's saying no to the job.
No, he's not going to see that. He's not going there. Emery was another one linked. He's not going there. So who takes that job? I don't know. It's not going to be a top manager at all.
I feel like I could go down this season. Who knows?
I mean, they're really struggling badly, aren't they?
They're a mess, aren't they? I mean, he even knew the curtain was coming. He knew that it was coming down on him last night because I think he even said in his interview, Gerrard, he says, well, yeah, this is a thing. It's tough for the managers now, and they're going to, the owners of the club and that, and it's up to the powers that be if I'm the manager here or not.
Mm-hmm.
And then what happened? He was sacked. So
sacked, yeah.
But Tiger says, what investment? Means Spurs. Alan says, evening, Tony and Peter. Hello, Alan. Hope you're well. For me, Lascelles and Wood. Next out the door, then Murphy. Yeah, Wood hasn't been a great signing, but he was what we needed at the time.
He was. He has been a bit of a panic buy, though, because we needed a striker. Because when we heard Wilson, after he got injured against Man United last season, he was going to be out for a while. We needed to get in a striker because we went into that Cambridge United game with no striker, and look how it backfired on us, really. But it just hasn't worked out with Wood. It was a panic buy. Probably because he had a release clause and we just triggered it, but it's just not worked.
It's one of those, Pete, that's like, you always make one bad signing, and that was the bad signing we made. But, at the end of the day, it's, but we look at that and we think, okay, he scored 2 goals. Both them goals ended in us winning games. So, but basically he's not really a striker. He's more just a target man, isn't he? But, But yeah, if we get another striker in, say, January, then I can see him being let go. Wouldn't surprise me. Send him back to Burnley, I suppose, in the Championship. Night and day gaming. Plus, for the England, there's no movement like there is with us. And then he goes on to say, any player we bring in now have to be for the first team, with the current first team drop into subs. So I'd sell our current subs before the first team. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you look at that subs bench, Peter. Does it fill you with confidence? Because it don't fill me with confidence.
I mean, who's been on the bench? You've got Lascelles down the pecking order. Lewis is gone down the pecking order. Other players in there just down the pecking order, apart from a couple you could say.
Yeah, absolutely. Gordon says, see you at 8, mate.
Yep, that's my show.
Night and day gaming. Bruce for Villa. Do you know what, that would make me laugh? That would make my day.
I don't see it happening though. But
no, I don't.
I think the Villa owners would make sense and not repoint a manager who really struggled in the Championship with them. And what happened last time? Cabbage's front? No, nah.
Well, you got them out the Premier League, but down the Championship. Tiger says, get Madison, Mudryk and Diaby in January. I've said that for a long time. That would be a great window. If we got them 3 in, that would be a fantastic window. And that would make our push for Europe even better, because Madison would guarantee you Europe. I mean, him and Bruno in the midfield would be immense, I think, and I think he's still holding off this contract renewal at the minute. So keep it going, James. Don't sign it. Gary says Mr. Cabbagehead, referring to Mr. Bruce, of course. Yeah. And who would you want if we sell Wood, says Mason. That's the thing, Mason. We don't know what strikers out there. You may have to say keep Wood till the summer next year, and then back, because in January prices are normally high for strikers and that. But we'll just have to see, I think. But do you agree with that, Pete? Do you think the same? Do you think it'll have to be the summer? Because trying to get a striker in January, as we know, is hard, and the prices always seem to go up.
It could be, yeah. I think they might just look and wait and says, right, he's not been here long, so we'll give him another season to see if there's any improvement. But if there's no improvement, then yeah, we'll have to look at moving him on and getting someone else in.
Yeah, absolutely. Not your Gem says, hi all, hope you're well. Hope you're well too. Night and day gaming. We need a right back as well. What happens if Trips gets injured at the World Cup? Well, we have got Manquillo, so Manquillo can step in, but hopefully he won't get injured at the World Cup, and
hopefully not.
And hopefully he won't. He'll be fine. Raging Phoenix says Ollie Watkins will be a good sign if we sell Wood. I'm not so sure about him. Doesn't score enough goals.
Yeah. I mean, he's struggling for them this season, isn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Night and day gaming. I'd take Gabriel Barbosa, Gabby Goal. Yeah, I would have. I've wanted him for quite a long while. I mean, you know, he's a good player, and he's 25, 26, you know, and you'd probably pick him up for about 14, 15 million quid, and that would be a steal. And it's a gamble. It's a gamble worth taking. Alan says, what do we think of Christian Pulisic? I like the lad. I think he's a good player. He can be very injury prone at times, but other than that, on his day, I think he can be unplayable, and I like him. But whether Chelsea will let him go, I don't know. You know, he's playing for Potter at the moment, so maybe Chelsea's going to keep him now. What's your thoughts, Pete, on Pulisic?
I've heard rumours that he said he wouldn't mind coming to Newcastle. I think he's a really good player. I would definitely have him in our side. He improves our side.
Yeah,
definitely an upgrade on. It's definitely an upgrade on Murphy easily.
Oh yeah, without a doubt, yeah, massive upgrade on Murphy. But yeah, I would go for Pulisic. I wouldn't say no for even got him on loan. You know. Del Boy Gunner TV. What's the crack? What's the bleeding story? Big Tony and PD. Tony, you're doing a cracking job filling in for John. Cheers, Del Boy. Thank you very much, mate. He's a good lad. He is, Del Boy. And yeah, we're doing fine, mate. We're doing fine. And you'll hope we beat Tottenham on Sunday as well, won't you?
Oh, yes.
With him being a big gooner, so he'll be hoping we'll beat Arsenal. But I'll tell you what, it's a shame that match on Tuesday was it Tuesday or Wednesday called off City Arsenal, because I'll tell you what, that would have been a cracking game. But because of Arsenal's European involvement, they couldn't play that game. But at a later date when that's played, that'll be a cracking game now, you know.
Yep.
And I would like to see probably whoever wins that wins the league in my eyes. So if Arsenal win that, I think Arsenal's going to stroll off for the league.
It could well do.
Because they are playing some great football at the minute. I mean, they haven't played us yet, obviously, but yeah, you know, and I'm dying to see us play Arsenal, because that'll give us a test as well to see how far we've come as well. So, especially with the way they're playing, and they're just pushing teams to the side. So, we've got no more comments at the minute. So yeah, so we're going to get on to the Spurs game, and so what's your thoughts on the Spurs game for Sunday, Pete? Do you think it'll be the same team, or do you think there'll be changes?
I think there could be changes. I think Eddie Howe said he is looking to make some changes, which you can understand considering we're going to be playing 3 games within a space of just about a week of each other. I think there could be changes. I can see Willock coming in. Plus, he'll know these type of games as well to play against Spurs, considering he has done it for Arsenal. So I can see Willock coming in. Shelby, I'm not so sure yet. I think it'll be might see him off the bench this time. I can't see him starting yet, though. But Willock, for me, should be the one. Possibly Matty Target this time.
Yeah. Yeah, I would like to see Target given a chance back in left back. I mean, he's sat patiently on the bench, and it's such a shame that he's not getting game time. Somebody was asking about Shelby coming in, but I wouldn't play Shelby from the start. He's not match fit. So if you're going to play Joe Linton, I'd maybe say take Longstaff out the game and put Willock in, because Longstaff didn't have a great game the other night. Maybe he needs a rest.
It could do, or we might have to keep Longstaff in if Joe Linton's going to miss, considering he's been rated doubtful for Sunday at the moment.
Yeah, even give Elliot Anderson a go, I would say, as well at the left side, and see what he can do.
That's it. And Eddie said he's not far away from a starting game now. That's great. Why not? If Spurs would be great. If not Spurs, Villa, give him that opportunity.
Yeah. I mean, Eddie was asked today about that Spurs game when we lost 5-1. He says, thinking back to that game, it was a really tough game for us in a tough second half. I thought in the first half we did really well. I think we took a lot from the game. I remember it very well. I remember a lot of lessons we took, and I think from every defeat, especially a big one like that, if you don't take things into the future, you can learn it's a wasted experience. As much as it was painful at the time, I actually think it helped us for the run-in and for the remaining games we had. It played a part in helping us stay in the division. I don't think the team's characteristics are necessarily that different now. I think maybe I'd love to think there's a bit more confidence and belief with us. We can go to any ground in the Premier League and give a good account of ourselves. We respect Tottenham. We know how good they are, how good their manager is and squad is, but we've just come off the back of a very good result at Old Trafford, and we go there with the same belief inside of us that we can get another positive result.
Yeah.
So what do you make of that, Pete?
Yeah, I think Eddie Howe knows that he'll not want to make sure that it'll not happen what happened last season. We got really carved open at the back. But again, if we've got Botman in there, alongside with Shea, Trippier in there as well, definitely, they're going to find it hard because they've been so good at the back for us. They really, really have. And so Kane and Son, they're not going to really looking forward to come up against our defence.
No, because, I mean, Botman's a rock at the back, isn't he? So he's a Rolls Royce of a defender, he is. And he was named in the 39-man squad today for the World Cup, which obviously has to get whittled down to 26. So 13 players have to come out of that Dutch squad. But, he's been terrific, Botman. And, the club was, I mean, there was a lot of fans, a lot of our own fans debating and saying, why the club keep pursuing them. We're not going to get them. You say they're going to go to Milan, or we're not getting them. Why? But we kept on pursuing them. We got them. And now the fans haven't looked back, and probably a lot of those fans now are thinking, wow, I'm so glad we did pursue and get them, because, most of our fan base wanted us to just look elsewhere for a defender, and we didn't give up. And that's the thing with our owners. They will not give up, so...
That's it.
So yeah, so we look forward to seeing what he does on Saturday and Sunday. He was asked about obviously Maxi as well. He says, I haven't seen too much of Maxi the last few days when we've been preparing for games, but I think he's making very good progress. He's very focused on his recovery. He's working hard with the physios to get his injury right.
I can't see him be back for this game.
No, I can't. Not the way he's speaking there. And he's on about December's warm weather training camp in Riyadh, saying, I think first and foremost, when you look back to last year, our decision to go there, the benefit it had for our team, the results on our return were really good. I think there's a lot of positive connotations from that. The weather was very good. The facilities were first class. We're able to spend some quality time together to bond the group and focus on energies on our battle to stay in the division. The team spirit off the back of that trip was very, very good. And obviously we had positive experience to fall back on. I think it helped our decision this time. Absolutely. I mean, when the World Cup's on, yeah, why not go away and have a couple of weeks away in a training camp?
Yep.
We've got a month off. It's like the season ending and getting ready for pre-season, isn't it? So, I totally agree with what Eddie says on that matter as well. And then he says about Longstaff. I'm really pleased with Sean. When we came in, I was immediately a hit with a lovely lad. A really good character. Newcastle through and through. He loves the club. Wants the club to do really well, and obviously his own individual aims and ambitions to nail down a starting spot in the team and continue and contribute. I've loved working with him. I really enjoy our relationship. For me, he's improved a lot of aspects of his game. He's worked hard on his different bits in and out of possession. I really love him athletically. He gets around the pitch brilliantly, up and down. You can see the ground that he covers every week, incredible distances. But he's also got a creative eye around the box. He's integral to some really good play on that right-hand side of the pitch. I mean, what do you make of what he said there about Longstaff?
It's a funny one, isn't it? Because some people do like him, but some people are still on the fence with him, aren't they? Thinking, oh, he's not good enough for this club. He's not been the same player for a long time now. There has been some glimpse of improvements, but it wasn't a great one against the other day. I think Paul counted about 7 times he gave the ball away.
Yeah, didn't have the best game, I don't think, the other day, but yeah, definitely I would say he's got to start improving even more, I think. But I'd like to see him back to the time when he played under Rafa, when he was, because under Rafa he was outstanding. But then Rafa went, and then he had 2 years of Bruce, and well, a lot of players went downhill with Bruce because he just drained them. That there was no confidence there. It was all about just staying in the division. I mean, even the start before last season, before we played West Ham, if everybody remembers, ASM come out with a comment and he said, look, I like playing at this club, but he says, if all this club's ambition is to finish 17th in the division every year, I don't want to be here, I want to go. And I thought, you know what? I don't blame him, because that's all Mike Ashley wanted at the time before the new owners came in. As long as we finished 17th, he got his money. He couldn't care where we finished, really, as long as we didn't get relegated. And so pleased that the takeover did happen. And, look where we are now, not even having to talk about relegation.
Yep.
So got some more comments here. Del Boy says, I can see Newcastle doing a job against Spurs. I'm fearful of playing Newcastle. And that's come from a huge Arsenal fan. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think we'll do well at Spurs, hopefully. And, I think the Arsenal game, I think that'll be a hell of a game, to be fair. And I think that'll show where we are as a team as well. Night of league game. I think we have a big say on who wins the league this year. If we can beat Arsenal, it would be a huge help for City. Yeah, absolutely. Wouldn't it just? And Del Boy says, yeah, you're absolutely 100% correct. I like coffee. Hello, mate. Hi, John. He in brackets because he knows he's on holiday. Tony PD and all. Yeah, hope you're well. I like coffee. So many shows on a Friday today. Woohoo. Yeah, there is, isn't it? And Alan McMurray says, Longstaff was poor the other night. Yes, he was, Alan. We'll have to agree with that. So what do you think? Do you think Eddie's going to change his formation on Sunday, or do you think we'll keep the 4-3-3?
No, we'll keep the 4-3-3. I just see maybe some other players coming in, like Willock, possibly Target, possibly Anderson.
Yeah, I mean, I can't see him changing his formation. If I'm honest, I think he'll keep the same formation. And we'll just have to. We'll just have to see how the game goes. But I mean, do you think this guy's going to have an effect on the game for Tottenham? I think I'll bring him up in just one moment. There we go. So do you think this guy will have an effect on the match on Sunday, or do you think he doesn't frighten us? Because I don't think he frightens us, to be fair.
No, he doesn't. Has he ever? I don't think he's really scored many against us, has he?
I don't think he has, no.
I remember one in the 3-2 when we came back and we were 2-0 down. We came back to win, but other than that, I just don't think he has. Plus, is he not been out? Is he not still injured as well?
He might be, yeah.
I know he did play,
night, wasn't he?
He did play against Man United as well.
Yeah, so he may be, yeah. So if he is, that's even better, isn't it? But yeah, let's hope. But we've got the best back five in the Premier League, haven't we? So Pope, Trippier, Botman, Shea, and Burn. Because don't forget, Burn's played his part in this as well.
Yeah, I thought Burn was very good on the other night as well.
Yeah, Aditya, Shrivastava. I don't know if you're a Spurs fan or a Newcastle fan, but you're saying 5-1 come the game, mate. Get ready. So
we'll see.
You'll have to tell us, do you mean to Spurs or to Newcastle? Because we done Spurs 5-1 on the last day of the season when we got relegated.
Yes.
So I don't know if he's that meaning that, or if he's a Spurs fan. But just let us know which team it is, mate. Gary says, Mike Ashley, never forgotten, but won't be missed, lol. No,
absolutely. Along with the other idiots that ran this club and all the rotten past managers and people like them.
And chairman that he brought in the club, like Lambias and all that. And oh, God, honestly, what a mess this club was under him. Rachel Phoenix. No, Botman frightens him. Yeah, probably. Tobias says, no, Richardson's injured, so I'd be very surprised if he got any issues.
I think he's still injured.
Yeah, we weren't sure if he was still injured or not, but no, I see this is going to be I think this will be a very attacking game on Sunday. I think they'll be attacking from both sides.
Yep.
But do you think our press is going to shock them and the intensity?
It could well do in a way, as well. Yeah, I'm just looking at the news. They're still without Richarlison, still going to be without Kulusevski as well.
Oh, I think it was you last night, wasn't it, Pete? Or was it somebody else when we were on the fans forum said, is Emerson Royal going to be playing on Sunday because we'll absolutely take him apart?
Yes, he is back. Yes, he's poor.
He is.
Also, I think Doherty, you can get at him as well. I don't think he's been good for Spurs either when he left Wolves.
No, and if we go down there and beat Spurs, then it's a very different story, because we go down there and beat Spurs, and I mean, it puts them in a position where they're going to be like, hang on a minute, we weren't expecting this, but as I said before, we're no longer that easy 3 or 4-0 win for teams now.
Absolutely, we're not.
And Alan says, someone said on a podcast, you take away Man City, Liverpool, we've only conceded 4 goals this season, top defence. There you go. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, remember, we played against it. I mean, Man City were flying when we played them, and when they took that lead, I think we all worried after 5 minutes when Gundogan scored. We all thought, oh, God, what's going to happen? Yeah, but do you know what? We turned that around, and even Guardiola praised us at the end of it. So, Region Phoenix says, worries Tottenham pace against Burn would pick target for this match. Yeah, like Pete said, I think Eddie's going to make a few changes, so hopefully targets one of those to come back in. And DTR says, I talk about recent things, mate. I'll see on about the Spurs game. Right, okay. The Spurs last season, yeah, but this is a totally different this will be a totally different
Mm-hmm.
thing to last season now. And we've got Fabrizio Romano back in the chat.
Not the real one.
No, obviously, no, not the real one. But commentate this. Benzema to Chelsea confirmed. Not yet to Liverpool. Yeah, okay, mate. I don't know what you drink or whatever, but I'll have a bucket full. It says, are you guys already prepared to make ref and VAR excuses? Because something's bad's coming, guys. Look, we don't need VAR.
It's been going in our favour lately as well. Maybe not Man United, but games before that.
Yeah, I mean, it's, we've all got our opinions, but the thing is that, yeah, when we play you on Sunday, we are a totally different team to what you played us when you beat us 5-1 at White Hart Lane. Or the Tottenham Stadium, as you now call it. But the thing is, we are just totally different now. So you're going to see a totally different team on Sunday. So I wouldn't think that you're going to go out there and smash us 5-1, because that's not a given anymore, unfortunately. And Gary says, I watched Nottingham Forest versus Spurs, and Spurs didn't look that good, even though they won 2-0. Yeah, Forest had some good chances against Spurs. Yeah, so no, Spurs can be good at. They can be good at, and
they can be.
Yeah,
look what Arsenal did to them in the derby.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So, and this Fabrizio Romano's put on there, Pete. Griezmann to Newcastle, possible. What do you think? I don't think that's going to happen, mate.
He's just joined. He's just rejoined Atletico Madrid.
Yeah. So why is he going to? Yeah, honestly, we're not even going to give this guy the airspace, the airtime. But so overall on Sunday, if you had to pick a team for Sunday, who would be your lineup on Sunday?
I think it's Pope and goal, Trippier, Shea, Botman, Target. I'll go for. I think let's get him back in now. Give a bit of a break now. In the midfield three, I think Longstaff's going to keep his place. It's just because I don't think Jolin is going to make the game. If he is going to be injured, don't risk him. Just don't risk him. I think Willock will come in and Bruno, and the attacking three, I'd still keep Miggy, who's just been so good. I'm going to, let's say, give Anderson a chance. Take Murphy out for this one. Give Anderson a chance. And Wilson in the middle.
Yeah, I think that's a fair enough team. And the thing is as well, Wilson's been quiet for the last couple of games now, Pete, and this is not like Wilson to be like that. I mean, yeah, okay, Murphy should have passed the ball to him the other night and maybe had a chance on goal.
Yeah, the bicycle
his sharpness
as well.
He did, yes, and I was just going to say that his sharpness is still there, but he just hasn't seemed to have been himself. So I don't know what's up. I don't know if it's just lack of service, maybe, and
it could be.
That's why. And Elliot Anderson might come in and be a better fit than Murphy. To be fair,
could be, yeah.
And because when we saw Anderson the other night, he looked pretty good, didn't he, when he came on?
Yep. He absolutely did.
So yeah, I'm just going to bring up the current Premier League table at the moment as it stands. After all the games have been played this week, bar the Arsenal-Man City game.
Yeah.
So we look at that Premier League table now. Now, if you look at this on Saturday, you've got Chelsea versus Manchester United at home. So it's Stamford Bridge. If that ends a draw, Chelsea will be on 21 points and Man U on 20. If we go to Tottenham and win, we do realise we'll be in the top four on Sunday evening because of goal difference.
Yep.
And how are the big six going to react to that, Pete? If that happens.
Oh, they're not going to like it, are they?
No. You know, as long as we don't concede goals and we keep it, you know, tight, and we get in that top four, we're in that top four on Sunday evening, they will not like that. And then when you think if we win, we'll only be 2 points behind Spurs as well and Man City.
Yep.
It's looking really good now, isn't it, for us at that top end of that table? And it's nice to see that 11 games in, we're actually sitting in a European spot.
Absolutely, yeah.
You know, and, you know, 18 goals scored and 9 against, you know, it's fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is.
We're the only team in that division with single figures for goals conceded.
Yep, absolutely.
And then when you go down the bottom end of the table, you've got Forest bottom. Leicester on 8 points after beating Leeds last night, which I didn't expect them to beat Leeds, if I'm honest. Then you got Wolves, then you got Villa. So you got Wolves, Villa, and Leeds all on the same points on 9 points, but goal difference separating them teams. I think because Villa have scored more goals than Wolves, that's why they're at the bottom 3. And then you've got Everton on 10 points. So Everton's just outside the drop zone as well. Do you know, I could see Everton dropping back in that bottom 3 again. Do you think that would happen?
I mean, if they got Palace at home this weekend,
yeah,
it could well happen.
It's going to be interesting, isn't it?
I mean, a lot of Everton fans are again fearing the worst, that they're going to be sucked right in there again.
Yeah. Can you see Nottingham Forest ever getting out of this bottom 3?
I'm not so sure now. It's going to take a miracle at the moment, isn't it?
Problem is when you sign 22 players and it's like they've not gelled, have they? And you know, in the Forest fans want the manager out, then he signs a 4-year contract. You know, it's absolutely ludicrous, isn't it? Really. So
well, it's like you've brought your team back up with that manager. You should be giving him a chance in this Premier League.
Yeah, exactly. But to give him like 22 players is ridiculous, and you know, I bet Jesse Lingard's laughing. You know, like he's just getting all this money and he's not having to bother playing much for it. So when you think out of the because when I thought because at the start of the season for my predictions, out of the teams that came up, the only one I thought would struggle would have been Bournemouth. You know, and they've actually surprised me how well they have played, and you know they're sitting 12th as you can see at the moment. But my bet was on Bournemouth, Leeds, and Everton to go down. So you know there's the possibility that could happen, but I don't think it's going to happen. I think Bournemouth could be all right and stay up in the Premier League, but you fear for the likes of Wolves, Leicester, Villa, Leeds, Everton, because maybe even Southampton, because I think West Ham's turned it round. But other than that, it's as we are at the moment. But so what score prediction have you got for Sunday then, Pete?
I'm gonna have hope. 3-2 Newcastle.
3-2. I'm going to go for a more 2-1 edgy win. I'm going to say we'll be 2-0 up, and then Kane's going to score in the last minute of the game, and it's going to set up for an edgy 4 or 5 minutes of injury time. But we're just going to see it out. That's the other part of our game now is the game management's there as well, you know, and we showed that against Everton. That game management is, you know, is the name of the game at the end of the day. I mean, Shearer used to be very good at that. I mean, as soon as he got the ball, he used to stand in the corner with it, and he'd say to the defender, if you want the ball, you'll either have to try and rob it off me, or you'll have to foul me. And when you foul me, I'll get a free kick, and we'll keep the ball there even longer. Shearer was the master of that, though, wasn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Just going to delve into some more comments. I like coffee. As long as we play well and give the lads give their all, I won't be worried about Spurs. He says a heavy defeat
That's all.
Won't affect our spirit because we played well and we'll only get stronger.
Yep.
Combined 11 have you done? No, we haven't done a combined 11, no.
We've done that, yeah.
We've done a combined 11, no. 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 We' Raging Phoenix, 6th, a beautiful thing to see and about time. Yeah, absolutely. Oh. God, this guy. I like coffee. Will Forest buy 22 players in January as well?
No.
Do you know? Do you know what it is, Opie? I look at this, right, with Forest, they bought these players and all this money. I hope they've all got good release clauses, because when they go down, they're stuffed in the Championship next season, aren't they?
Hi, yes.
Do you think this owner Marinakis is trying to play FIFA with real players, and he's realizing it's not FIFA's only a computer game and not a real life thing?
Yep.
It's absolutely madness.
It is.
Yes, it's 3-4-3. Lloris, Romero, Shaw, Botman, Perisic, Trips, Højbjerg, Guimaraes, Bentancur, Ojo Linton, Son, Kane, Yusei. If a combined 11.
Got to have Tripp in there for me. I think Romero, I would. Yep. Romero's set. Oh, depends what formation are we going it off?
Yeah, he's going on the 3-4-3, Pete.
Are we judging off our 4-3-3?
Yeah, I mean, if we were judging off our 4-3-3, I mean, it's a hard one for him, because, I mean, he's got Bentancur or Joe Linton, Son, Kane. I knew you'd have Son and Kane up there, but then why wouldn't you have Kane and Wilson up there?
You've got because Son would be a left player, wouldn't he?
Yeah, so you could play Son as your left. He's got Trippier in there. I mean, I hope he gets a fantastic reception off the Tottenham fans on Sunday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I believe he will as well.
Yeah, I think he will. I think he deserves it as well, because he's done so well, hasn't he? And he's done well for their club as well, you know.
Yeah.
Spurs have 100% of the White Hart Lane. Yeah, records are there to be broken. And, you know, he says 100% record. Records are there to be broken. And, you know, you can be unbeatable at home, but then you can always come a cropper one day and not play well, and boom, somebody brings you straight crashing back down to earth. And we may do that on Sunday. We hope we do. For Brits, my prediction, 45-56. You haven't got enough time to play that unless you're going to play one-on-one.
Absolutely.
I like coffee. We'll be excited to challenge Spurs at White Hart Lane. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That's that guy here. Mighty Magnine, Tony and Guest. Yeah, Guest is Pete, by the way, PD. I take a point this weekend, but could get the 3. Don't think we will lose.
Neither do I.
I don't think we will lose. No, I don't think so. We're a tough nut to crack now. That's the thing. I says 3-5-2, guys. I'm sorry, not 3-4-3. Right, okay.
I think they did. I think they did play 3-5-2 last time because of Richarlison's injury.
Yeah. Fabrizio says, records are there to be broken. Well said. Oh, thank you very much. That's a nice comment. Yeah, I mean, it's not a happy hunting ground for us, but
it's not.
But let's hope we go down there and and we give a good account. All I want to say is we give a good account of ourselves. Yeah,
that's it.
But I still don't think we'll lose. I'll take a point now. If there was a point offered, I'll take that now. Because it's a positive, isn't it, at the end of the day?
Mm-hmm. It certainly is.
I'm not going to read your comment out, mate, because I don't agree with that. Yeah. I like coffee. I predict 1-1 goals by Anderson and Kane. Yeah, not a bad shout. And this Fabrizio says, I like to see Newcastle challenging with Bayern and Barca and Madrid. It will be a wonderful feeling. It would be nice again. I mean, we've played Barcelona in Champions League and beat it. And we've even beat Juventus in the Champions League as well. you know. So
Yes,
I would like to play all these teams again, and we will one day.
we will.
But
Yes.
this time we will be a powerhouse in the Champions League, though, when we get there. As our owner said, they want to win it. That's what they told Bruno. We want to win the Champions League. That's why he signed.
Yep.
You know, and it's a brave thing to sell to a player. But, you know, obviously they've got the confidence. And, yeah, let's see what happens. So, who would you say would be a guaranteed goal scorer on Sunday then, Pete?
I'm going to go with Wilson. I'll still get back to goal scoring ways. I'm going to go with Miggy again. And I will go with Willock. I think he's going to get a goal because he's played in these games for Arsenal. I think he's going to get one this time because he's really improving on his game. And I believe a goal will come from him very, very soon now.
Yeah, I was going to say I would probably go for, if I was honest, I think I'll go for Miggy because, you know, I thought Miggy's, you know, he's on fire at the minute for goals, isn't he? So I think I would tend to go for Miggy more than I would go for Wilson. But you know, it is just a hard one. But I just think with the way Miggy's like on fire. So, guys, the referees for this weekend is Jared Gillett, God help us. Assistant Simon Long and Richard West. The fourth official is David Coote. The VAR assistant, the VAR ref, which is normally switched off for Newcastle, but the moment it's been switched on, is Stuart Atwell. And the assistant VAR referee is Matthew Wilkes. So that's the assistants for Sunday. So Jared Gillett is a ref and Stuart Atwell is VAR referee. So that fills you with a bit of confidence, doesn't it, for Sunday?
Yeah, it does, yeah.
I like Coffee says Murphy would have scored some goal against Everton too.
Yeah.
Chris says Trippier to score against Spurs over the wall. Do you know what? That'd be fantastic, wouldn't it? And I wonder if he'd celebrate.
You never know. He did against Man City because he's played for Man City.
Yeah, but he was only a youngster, wasn't he, though, Pete? Yeah. Spurs fans won't bring Yemen flags, says Alan. That means support for Iran. No chance with the Jewish fans. Yeah. That's going back to a comment that that guy brought out. Or, you know, whoever he is. I like Coffee. Will Mankio be playing for us this season? I'm not sure. I mean, maybe in the cup games. He may get a run out against Palace.
He could do, yeah.
So yeah, he could play there. But then I'd like to see Mankio come back in the team because I think he's not a bad player, you know, and not the greatest player, but he's, you know, he gives his all, and he's solid enough. So, but I think we missed a trick because we should have gone for Jed Spence, I think, in the summer. Youngster. I know Tottenham's got him, but he doesn't play for Tottenham. I know he wouldn't play for us as such because we've got Trippier playing so well. But he'd be the decent cover to come in for Trippier, in my opinion. But I do agree with the comments earlier that we probably do need to get a cover right back anyway. Alan says, draw for me on Sunday, plus Botman's due a goal. But would be great if we won. Yeah, you never know, Alan. I mean, you know, we could get a late penalty or anything like that. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. Apparently, there was a bit of controversy around the Liverpool game the other night. Jared Bowen missed a penalty for West Ham. Alisson saved it after a VAR overturned it and said, no, it's a penalty. Rumours are that Virgil van Dijk had been scuffing the penalty spot while the referee was talking to the players. Now, in my opinion, I think something should be done about that. I don't think that should be allowed. It's not the spirit of the game. But we saw this in the World Cup with Colombia when Kane got the penalty. They surrounded the referee while one of them was scuffing the penalty spot, trying to muck it up to see if it would, but didn't put Kane off at all. He still there and scored it. So I just think that's not in the spirit of the game to do stuff like that, is it really?
No.
And Mighty Max says, all Spurs can get a red card early on would be canny. Yeah, you never know. You never know. Fabrizio says, can we finish top 4 this time? Can we qualify for the Europa League, or will it be another year or more? Do you know what? I don't care if we finish. If we finish 7th, I'll be really happy with that, because that guarantees European competition regardless. What about you, Pete?
I would say 7th would be great as well. I've said we'll finish. I've predicted us to finish there, and I think that would be great for us.
Yeah. It's Europa Conference League, and it's one of them trophies you can win as well. Paul says, got a bad feeling about this one away to Spurs. 3 games in a week, and you could see how tired the lads were towards the end of the last match. Yeah, but like even Pete mentioned earlier on, Eddie's probably going to change the team around a bit, so there'll be a few fresh legs in there. But I'm sure he'll have them fired up for this game anyhow, as he usually does. I Like Coffee says, last season someone got sent off for tampering with the penalty spot. Oh, I didn't know that, but thanks for that one, I Like Coffee. Fabrizio, guys, I make comments too ambitious. We'll let the people in the chat be the judge of that. We'll not judge you on that, but we'll let the people in the chat be the judge of that. And yeah, I'm sure you're fine. I Like Coffee. We wish to match that ambition, Fabrizio. And Alan says, Spurs have injury worries and they're playing a big Champions League game next week. Yeah, that's another thing, isn't it, Pete? I mean, they've got Champions League next week as well. So could they arrest a few players?
They could, but we'll find out definitely tomorrow when the team news gets announced.
Paul says, did he actually scuff it though? I thought someone said he stood on it. Just what I saw in reports, apparently he tried to scuff it. So I don't know. I haven't seen the incident because obviously the Newcastle game was on at the time. So I was watching that, but I don't know the full ins and outs of it. I've not seen anything. The only thing I saw was reports that he'd been scuffing it, but whether it's true or not, we don't know. Still, to me, it's not in the spirit of the game, and we shouldn't have this. We shouldn't be having this really, but it's always going to happen. There's always going to be cheats in the game, unfortunately, and it's the cheating's taken out of it in the penalty area as such now because if a player goes down too easy, like Anthony Gordon did. All he done was as soon as he felt Burns on, he thought, I'm going to go down here, I'll get a penalty. But these players need to realise there are cameras. There's a thing called VAR, which checks it, and they can see if it's a dive, and maybe they, I don't know if these VAR are communicating with the referee saying, look, that is a dive, give me a yellow card or not. I don't know if that's getting put into the referee's head, but I think everybody who dives should be given a yellow card. And I think that's the only way you're going to stop it.
To be honest, should be dishing reds out now, I think.
Yeah. Especially surrounding the referee.
Yeah.
Well, Man United's in trouble over that, aren't they? Let's see what the trouble is. Let's see what they get.
Yep.
I Like Coffee said, yes, I'd seen a clip where he was tampering with a spot.
Ooh.
Paul says, oh, what a feeling when Newcastle have no ceiling. Brilliant, mate. Brilliant. Right, guys. Well, we're coming towards the end of the show now, and it's been a great show. And again, thanks for everybody in the chat being there. And obviously, Pete came on and he's give his views on the game, and he's give his scoreline. What was your scoreline again, Pete? In case anybody's just joining.
3-2 Newcastle.
3-2. And I'm seeing 2-1 to Newcastle as well. I'm going with goal scorers Wilson and Miggy. That's who I'm going for. I Like Coffee says, did Henderson get punished for that incident against Arsenal? I'm not sure.
I think it's still being looked at by the looks of it.
Paul says simulation's meant to be yellow card. Refs are being soft with it. Yeah, they are. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Paul says I'm going 1-1.
Mm-hmm.
So guys, before we wrap up, I did say at the beginning of the show I've got an announcement to make, and announcement is obviously we all know John's going to be back Sunday. I'm still going to be co-hosting with John, by the way, so he's not losing me altogether. But I do have a new channel that's making its debut tomorrow at 3 p.m. And on my channel tomorrow, we're going to be looking at Eddie Howe on how he's done at Newcastle and the season so far, and have a review of the season, the start we've made, and how much progress the club's made in just under a year under Eddie Howe. That will be on at 3 p.m. on my channel tomorrow. I'm going to put the link in the chat in a moment for you. So if you want to bookmark that for tomorrow, it is, like I say, my channel's making its debut tomorrow. And as I say, I'll put the link in the chat with everything that you need to know. And the thing is, I've had lots of people saying to me, "Oh, why haven't you got a channel? Why haven't you got a channel? You should have a channel." So I've took the plunge now and said, right, okay, I'll do it. And I've obviously spoken to John while he's been in Turkey over this as well. And obviously John was worried that I was leaving him. And I said, no, I'm not leaving you, John. I'm still going to be co-hosting with you. Just make sure I'll come on at a different time to yours. And John's over the moon with that, because he said he didn't want to lose me. And I said, he's not losing me. So I'll have a show for you tomorrow. So if you do want to jump on and have a look, then please come over and have a watch. Should be interesting. I'm going to have a guest on with me tomorrow as well. So that was the announcement I wanted to make. The channel's called It's All Black and White TV. So that's what the channel's called.
Nice.
But if you just type my name in, Tony Finlay, I'll put it in the thing, and you'll find it on there. I'll see how it goes, and onwards and upwards, as they say. And
that's it.
Before we'll go through a few more comments. And I like coffee by PD, Tony PD and all. See you later, mate. Alan gives a thumbs up. Chris says Pickford simulating being a goalkeeper. Yeah. Little arms, yeah. I like coffee. Is Tony coming on PD show later? Yeah, I'll come across one of Pete.
Yeah, nice. See those good old food picks as always. As well.
Yeah, exactly. Got to be on for them, Pete, haven't we?
Oh, yes, that's so funny.
I'll be there, Tony. Done a great job on here covering. Thanks very much. Thank you very much indeed. I like coffee. Woohoo! That must be to the announcement. Paul, about time. Oh, okay, thank you. Mighty Mac, great idea, Tony. I'll be tuned in. Thank you very much. I like coffee. Looking forward to being your first viewer, Tony. Yep, get in there first, mate, with your comments. Yep, thank you very much for that. Mason, excellent, Tony. Thanks very much, mate. Thank you for your support as well. Great show, Tony, and good luck with the new channel. Yeah, Chris, thanks very much. Thank you. Thank you so much. And Alan says, best of luck, Tony. Yeah, thank you. And also, when I do my channel, I think on a Wednesday, we're going to have a channel. On the Wednesday, it's going to be, John's going to come over onto my channel and be, and I'm going to call it the Dynamic Duo on a Wednesday. So it'll be me and John on a Wednesday. The Dynamic Duo, Batman and Robin. So yeah, look out for that as well. But yeah, I'm still going to be on here, so don't worry about that. I'm still here. Just I'm going to be hosting my own channel as well, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And like I say, everybody's asked me to do it, so I've took the plunge now, and say there's no looking back, is there? Before we go, Pete, can you let everybody know where they can find you on your socials, mate?
It's PD Proudluck, so YouTube, my Facebook page, my Twitter, my Instagram, and I'll be going live in about 10 minutes' time.
Oh, lovely. And you can find me on Twitter at TonyTooney31. And I've just popped the link there in the chat. Oh, it hasn't gone through, unfortunately. Hang on, let me try something else.
Yep.
I've just put my. There you go. So there's my name in the chat there. So when you go onto that, if you put that in the search, it'll come up. You'll see the picture with Eddie Howe is the thumbnail, and you'll know that's my channel. If any of you are on Twitter or whatever, I'll be putting it on there tomorrow. That the show's on, and I'll put the link on Twitter as well, so everybody can see it. And I look forward to seeing any viewers that come on tomorrow. And LA Coffee says he wants to be the first one on, so yeah, we shall see. Yeah. So have you enjoyed tonight then, Pete?
Yes, really good.
Yeah. I think I've done John's channel justice as we covering for him. It's a different ball game when you're standing for somebody on that channel, and it's like, it's a lot of responsibility. Yeah. People think, it's easy, you're just standing in but no, it's not. So you've got to do the comments and everything, and it's like trying to use StreamYard. But luckily enough, I'm pretty good with IT, so it hasn't been a real problem with me at all. Apart from I nearly forgot to go live tonight there. If you noticed for a while before the go live came on, but yeah. So guys, thank you very much for coming on tonight. So if you like what you see, please hit those like buttons. Helps move the channel up the search settings. If you like to subscribe and you haven't subscribed before, then please subscribe. It's all free. If you do want to become a member, then it's 99p a month. Just hit the join button and you'll automatically join as a member. If you'd like to donate the channel, if you think it's worth money, then obviously hit the $ and donate through that way. Also, there is a bell sign. If you hit that, that'll notify you any live upcoming shows. So yeah, guys, it's been a great night, and thanks for tuning in. Hopefully on Sunday, I'm saying Saturday now. Hopefully on Sunday we shall see 3 points from the men in the black and white, and how are the lads? Come on, let's beat Tottenham on Saturday. See you later, guys, and I'll see you backstage, Pete. Thank you.
Yeah.